Well, hey guys, it's Johnny Cass, and once again, welcome to your Monday morning inspiration, bringing you a little bit of sunshine into your week. And if you're watching this video and you're in the UK, you're probably thinking, hallelujah, we've finally seen some sunshine. Now, this week's Monday morning inspiration is coming to you all the way from beautiful Wales. And I've been out here for the last 4 days, and I've been locking myself away and I've been working away on my book. That's right, some of you know that I've been working away on my book, and I'll be telling you about that sometime real soon once it's actually published. But I thought this week's Monday morning inspiration would be a good point to talk about time management. Now look, I know that time management isn't really an exciting topic or a sexy topic, but you know, I've worked with hundreds of thousands of people across the globe, either one-on-one in my coaching sessions or in my live events. And the common thread that I see with a lot of people is that they have challenges with time management. So this morning, we've only got a few minutes together, and I'm not necessarily going to revolutionize your life when it comes to time management, but I certainly want to get you thinking about a few things this week in regards to how you're using your time. The first thing I wanted to share with you in regards to time management is to realize that time management, in essence, is life management. If you're learning to manage your time, what you're really learning to do is manage your life. Like, stop and think about it. If you're stressed, if you're unorganized, if you're running around like a headless chook, then you and I both know that you're never really fully present when you're taking the time out. You've got things going on in the back of your mind and you're thinking, I've got to write this down, I've got to go to that appointment. You've got all these things happening in your head. So learning to manage our time, in essence, is about learning to manage your life. And when you learn to manage your life, you have a better quality of life. You live more of an inspired life. When it comes to time management, there's a couple of key words that we need to start thinking about. And those two key words, number one, concentration and focus. You see, for most people, they start a task and they're excited about that task, but they just don't finish it in time. So you want to be the sort of person who concentrates and focuses, avoids the distractions, avoids the interruptions, and the enthusiasm that you felt at the beginning of the task is the same level of enthusiasm that you want to have all the way till the very end of the task. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes when I'm doing something, I get distracted because it's either difficult or I don't find it exciting anymore. But what we need to do is we need to continue to push through that. So one of the best ways to do that, in fact, I'm going to share with you 2 ways to do that. Number one is to finish the task and reward yourself only once you have finished the task. So me, for example, I like to eat good food, right? So when I finish a task, I'll then go and have a really nice meal, or I'll then go and take a 10 or a 15-minute break. I won't take the break wherever possible up until I finish that section of the task. So in this instance, this week, I said, right, I'm going to finish a chapter of this book, and then I'm going to go and grab myself some lunch. So what about you? Are you the sort of person who does a task, finishes it, and then rewards themselves? Or do you let the interruption and the distraction get in your way? The other thing that sometimes really gets in our way, we all know, is procrastination. Now, one of the best ways to avoid procrastination, as we all know, is simply to get started. And some of you are going, all right, Johnny, well, that ain't rocket science. But one of the ways that we can get started on something is to look at the task that we don't really find exciting, or the task that we don't find inspiring, and ask ourselves, how can this task, link up to my bigger dream life, my bigger purpose that I have in life? So for example, this week, I don't necessarily always find it exciting and stimulating to be researching about my book. But when I think about the finished product of my book, and when I think about the finished product of my book to share my message of living a life that you love, well, then that gives me enthusiasm, and it gives me energy, and it gives me the passion to work through that task. Well, like I said, some simple tips for you to think about your time management this week. So this week, I want you to ask yourself, what are your levels of concentration like? What are your levels of focus like? And most importantly, the tasks that you're doing, how do they actually link in to you creating your dream life and your dream vision that you have for yourself? Well, that's it from me, Johnny Cass. As always, until next time, be well, and of course, be amazing.